Episode 15. Holidays at the Airport. Mystery solved. 3 renowned scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor work at the Nasal Observatory. Papaia remembers that the flight for the conference is in 2 hours, but upon arriving at the airport, he realizes he hasn't paid for the ticket, and they miss the flight. Ravioli uses Papaia's card at a suspicious ATM, and the bank blocks it. Moreover, with their suitcases, too many open and broken, they cause chaos wherever they go. The scientists spent the night at the airport. We are at the airport, in the waiting area. The night has passed, and it's already 8 a.m. Papaia is waiting in line to speak with the bank's customer service. Meanwhile, Banani and Ravioli, guess what, are still talking about the book. Banani. So, the resurrection explains all 5 facts. Ravioli. Exactly. First, ancient authors write that Jesus died on the cross because it really happened. Banani. That's not hard to believe. Ravioli. Second, the disciples say they saw the risen Jesus and radically changed their lives because it really happened. Banani. Jesus rose and met them. Ravioli. Third, Jesus also appeared to different groups of eyewitnesses. Over 500 people claim to have seen him in the flesh. Banani. And this starts the oral tradition that leads to the creeds, which we find translated into Greek in Paul's letters. Ravioli. Fourth, Jesus also appears to Paul, who was the worst enemy of the Christian movement, and this explains his conversion and radical change. Banani, which we find written by him in his letters. Ravioli. Fifth, James, the brother of Jesus, meets the risen brother. This makes James go from skeptic to believer, eventually dying for his faith. Igor. And sixth, that traveling with Papaia gets you nowhere. More of a never-ending trip than a conference. The phone call. 3 renowned scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor work at the Nasal Observatory. Papaia remembers that the flight for the conference is in 2 hours. But upon arriving at the airport, he realizes he hasn't paid for the ticket, and they miss the flight. Ravioli uses Papaia's card at a suspicious ATM, and the bank blocks it. Moreover, with their suitcases, too many open and broken, they cause chaos wherever they go. The scientists spent the night at the airport. We are at the airport, and Papaia is calling customer service. Papaia is on the line. Operator. Good morning. Welcome to the bank's customer service. Who am I speaking with? Papaia. This is Papaia. Operator. Perfect, Mr. Papaia. To confirm your identity, I need to ask you a few security questions. Are you ready? Papaia. Sure, go ahead. Operator. What is your favorite color? Papaia. Red? No, yellow, or maybe green. No, wait, it's blue. It depends on the year. For example, last year was blue. But I've forgotten the year I registered. Igor. Green, definitely. Like your bank account after meeting Ravioli. Operator. I'm sorry, but the answer is incorrect. Let's move on to the next question. Igor. Papaia sounds like a contestant in a sad, low-budget phone quiz show, where if you win, you get your money back. But if you lose, they block your bank account. Security questions. 3 renowned scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor work at the Nasal Observatory. Papaia remembers that the flight for the conference is in 2 hours, but upon arriving at the airport, he realizes he hasn't paid for the ticket, and they miss the flight. Ravioli uses Papaia's card at a suspicious ATM, and the bank blocks it. Moreover, with their suitcases, too many open and broken, they cause chaos wherever they go. The scientists spent the night at the airport. We are at the airport where Papaia is trying to unlock the card with customer service. Operator. So, let's see, what is your first pet? Papaia. Easy. It was a goldfish. Or maybe a turtle. Wait, no, it was a dog, I think. or a hamster? Operator. All right, let's move on to the next one. This is your last chance. What is your city of birth? Papaya. I know this one. Wait, I've got it on the tip of my tongue. Can you give me a hint? Operator. I'm sorry, Mr. Papaya. Hints are not allowed. Papaya. Really? No one uses hot cold anymore? It was so convenient. Operator. I understand, Mr. Papaya. Perhaps you'd prefer we call back later. Papaya. No, wait, it's coming back to me. It was something with an S, or maybe a T. Operator. Mr. Papaya, without the correct answers, we cannot proceed. Papaya. What if I told you it's me, and no one else would ever call you at 8 a.m.? Operator. Unfortunately, that's not a valid security check, Mr. Papaya. Igor, whispering. Well done, Papaya. Now you're officially a case study for customer service. Total white. 3 renowned scientists. Papaya, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor work at the Nasal Observatory. Papaya remembers that the flight for the conference is in 2 hours. But upon arriving at the airport, he realizes he hasn't paid for the ticket, and they missed the flight. Ravioli uses Papaya's card at a suspicious ATM, and the bank blocks it. Moreover, with their suitcases, too many, open, and broken, they cause chaos wherever they go. The scientists spent the night at the airport. We are at the airport where Papaya is trying to unlock the card with customer service. Papaya. Listen, ma'am, me and my colleagues are stuck here at the airport, and my card has even been cloned. Operator. The card was cloned? Do you remember when it happened? Papaya. It was 10 in the morning, or maybe 10 at night. Igor. 10 in the morning or at night? There's a 12-hour difference? Operator. To block the card, you need to call the toll-free number. Papaya. No, you don't understand. The card has already blocked itself. I need to unlock it. Operator. No, that cannot be done for security reasons. But given the urgency, I can help you by asking one final question. Papaya. I'm ready, go ahead. Operator. Can you tell me your last name? Papaya. It's obvious I know my last name, just not right now. Wait, it's coming to me. It should be Mangi or Spuchetti. Igor. 2 practically identical last names. So easy to confuse. Why don't we have the scammer call? Maybe he'll guess a few questions about Papaya. Operator, unfortunately, neither of those is correct. Since you can't even remember your last name, I will have to add your account to the blacklist of our call center. Papaya. Blacklist? Igor. No, Papaya. The operator misspoke. It's the whitelist. White, like the data in your brain. Operator. Normally, a new card would arrive at your home in 3 business days. But since you didn't pass the security check, you'll need to first contact the suspected fraud center. Please take note of their number. Igor. No, what's the point of taking notes? Papaya has a great memory. Impersonating oneself. 3 renowned scientists, Papaya, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor work at the Nasal Observatory. Papaya remembers that the flight for the conference is in 2 hours, but upon arriving at the airport, he realizes he hasn't paid for the ticket and they miss the flight. Ravioli uses Papaya's card at a suspicious ATM, and the bank blocks it. But the customer service is closed, and they end up stuck at the airport for the night. Moreover, with their suitcases, too many, open, and broken, they cause chaos wherever they go. Papaya has called the bank's customer service. We're at the airport where Papaya is trying to unlock the card. The operator gives Papaya the number to call, then says goodbye and hangs up the phone. Banani. So, how did it go? Did you manage to solve it? Igor. To make things worse. Yeah, of course. It's Papaya. Papaya. No. They did the security check, but the questions were impossible. Igor. Like, what's your name? Banani. So what now? Papaya. I have a plan. They think I'm the one who cloned the card. Banani. And why would you clone your own card? Igor. To get double credit? Papaia. No, what are you talking about? They think I'm not me, but a scammer impersonating me. Banani. So they think you're impersonating yourself? Now what are these people thinking? Why would you do that if you're already you? Papaia. Let's forget it, Banani. My plan is this. I'll call the fraud center and tell them my card wasn't cloned. That way we can use it again. Igor. Great plan. That'll also be a hit with the guy who cloned your card. Banani. Igor's right. We'll lose all the money. Papaia. No, you don't get it. I'll just buy the ticket and withdraw enough cash, then I'll block it again. Banani. Papaia, you're a genius. Igor. A genius, sure. But the kind of genius that ends up in bank manuals as what not to do in case of fraud. The showdown. 3 renowned scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor, work at the Nasal Observatory. Papaia remembers that the flight for the conference is in 2 hours, but upon arriving at the airport, he realizes he hasn't paid for the ticket, and they miss the flight. Ravioli uses Papaia's card at a suspicious ATM, and the bank blocks it. But the customer service is closed, and they end up stuck at the airport for the night. Moreover, with their suitcases too many open and broken, they cause chaos wherever they go. Papaia failed the bank's security check, but has a plan in mind. We're at the airport where Papaia is calling the bank to unlock the card. Papaia enacts his convoluted plan and manages to unlock the card. As they rush to the ticket counter, a flyer falls from Papaia's pocket. Banani, watch out! Something fell from your pockets. Ravioli, let me see. Ah, it's nothing, just the conference flyer. Banani, excuse me, but what month is it? Papaia, I didn't think you were this absent-minded. We are in June. Banani, it says here. Conference on Dark Matter, July 23rd. Papaia, really? Let me see. Papaia rereads the flyer. Papaia, oops, it's next month. Ravioli, you mean we've gone through all this trouble for a conference that's happening next month? Igor, at this point, the real scientific discovery is how you guys managed to complicate your lives so much without even leaving the airport. Season 2, Episode 1, No Surprises. Another workday. 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor, are working as usual at the Nasal Space Observatory. It's been a month since the incident at the airport. The 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor are, as usual, at the observatory, making astronomical measurements. Ravioli, has anyone seen Telescope 2? I was supposed to observe that supernova, but I can't find it anymore. Igor, did you try looking in the dome? They usually fix it to the floor. Papaia, guys, I have an important discovery to show you. Look at this graph. I found an anomaly in the Orion constellation. Banani, let me see. Are the coordinates right? Ravioli, wait. It looks like some mysterious object is blocking the electromagnetic frequencies coming from the constellation. Papaia, this is it, colleagues. Banani, call Bart Blue Jeans. We've found dark matter. Igor, clearing his throat. Yes, Banani, call Bart Blue Jeans. We've discovered a body made of dark matter. The cap of the telescope. Cats and boxes. 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor, are working as usual at the Nasal Space Observatory. Banani, speaking of discoveries, I've invented a new system to calculate the rotation of planets. Ravioli, fantastic. How does it work? Banani, well, it doesn't work yet, but the idea is good, right? Igor, sure, Banani. It's like saying a spaceship made of cardboard is a brilliant idea. Just don't ever try it. Papaia, okay, no more distractions. We have an important meeting with the director this afternoon. We need to update him on the progress of our research. Ravioli. Oh, don't worry. I've already prepared the slides. You'll love them. Igor. Ravioli like the ones last time with pictures of cats in space? Tough decisions. 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor, are working as usual at the Nasal Observatory. They are talking about a book Ravioli read about the historical evidence of the resurrection of Jesus. Banani. Hey, speaking of Ravioli, remember that book of his? We almost lost our jobs trying to explain it to the other colleagues. Papaya, don't remind me. Unfortunately, we had to stop talking about it or they would have expelled us from the observatory. Ravioli. There's a lot of money at stake, guys. We had to stay quiet to keep our jobs. But sometimes I wonder if we made the right choice. Igor. Stay quiet? Well, now we just need to add the work part. Papaya's paradox. 3 scientists, Papaia, Banani, Ravioli, and their assistant Igor are working as usual at the Nasal Observatory. Banani. By the way, the Dark Matter conference is this weekend. Did you guys remember? Papaya. Don't worry, Banani. This time I've checked everything thoroughly. You can relax. Ravioli. Did you check the payments and dates? We can't mess up this time. Papaya. Ravioli, don't get on my nerves as usual. Didn't I just say everything is in order? Trust me, there won't be any surprises. Igor. By saying there won't be any surprises, Papaya just created a paradox. Because knowing how absent-minded he is, if that actually happened, it would be a surprise.